Greetings, Decalipa here. Today, I will be reviewing a film of a family, a certain studio's first family, you might even say. Yeah, the one of the big summer blockbusters next to Superman, Fantastic Four: First Steps. Fantastic Four: First Steps, released in 2025, directed by Matt Shakman and starring Pedro Pascal, Vanessa Kirby, Ebon Moss, Joseph Quinn, so on and so forth. This is the story of the titular characters, the Fantastic Four: Reed Richards, Sue Storm, Johnny Storm, Ben Grimm's, and so on and so forth. If you're kind of familiar with comic books, you kind of know who these dudes are. I mean, if you grew up from like the 90s onwards, you probably remember the Alba decade version of these characters. There was another film that came some years back as well. I never watched that one, so I don't know, but you kind of get what this is about. To give a brief summary, however, on this film, it is simply the Fantastic Four, them being in this world, and basically they have to go up against Galactus. Galactus is this big spooky guy with a bucket helmet and like two antennas on the side. That's him. And he has the Silver Surfer as a herald. And the big, shtick with Galactus is that he eats planets. So if you're not into comics, you probably wouldn't know that. But yeah, that's basically it. So now, obviously, they gotta save the world. So yeah, here we are. Let me get to some of the positives straight out the back. These four, I think, nailed the characters. I think this is the most Fantastic Four they have ever been. Everybody truly feels like their character and what their character really brings to the dynamic of the four. Starting off with Richards. Pedro Pascal truly makes Richard appear intelligent, right? As a film, you watch it, you're like, this guy's smart. And that's because that is Reed's greatest power. It's not his stretching bullshit, that's just the gimmick. Him being intelligent, that is always his superpower. That's why he's like really, him and Doom, that's why like they butt heads, because like Reed is smart. He's one of the smartest in all of Marvel. Even in the film, at the end, there's like a scene where like a cartoon version within the film shows like, what each character does, Johnny, Flame On, Clover, whatever. Reed, he's like, woof, and then immediately pulls out a gadget and stops the bad guy. It's like intellect. Yeah, that's his shtick. And Pedro, he truly portrays a Richard that truly does seem very intelligent. And basically everything that happens in the film, they go off of his orders, right? So it's his plan, his initiative, his intellect that gets all the shit done. Johnny genuinely, I would even argue they upgraded him. Johnny is like the womanizer. He is like, the bad boy, the goofy guy. But straight up, they did not make him an idiot. Because he does something throughout the film that genuinely is like, because a lot of people forget, he went into space with him. He is an astronaut at the end of the day. He's not a dumbass. He is a buffoon, but he is not actually stupid. And this film, they made him a little bit of a hothead. Apart from that, they truly make him smart in his own ways, in his own right, for his own things. And I think that's wonderful. Ben truly feels like the Rock. He embodies like the monster with like a heart of gold, and he just wants to move on with his life, right? I think actually Sue was the best one in the film, because she is very good with her powers and all that, but she truly does feel like the emotional connective tissue of the family, a true motherly figure, kind, warm, smart, embracing, forgiving, ferocious. Like, she truly does feel like someone that truly cares for the well-being of everybody around her. A very selfless hero aspect. All of them have it, and they shine to various degree. I think Sue and Pedro truly like shine. I would say just like Ben, like he didn't have much to do, like to shine with his whole like, oh, Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde kind of thing, Frankenstein thing rather. But like, it was still okay, I would say. The next thing that was pretty cool was the city, the vibes, like the aesthetic. Pretty on par, not gonna lie, they pretty nailed that. All the architecture, the fashion, the people, the dialogue, pretty good. There were some jokes in here, not the classical MCU bullshit. No, there were some couple of jokes that genuinely were like, like, huh. It was just like goofy and silly. It wasn't an MCU quippy, you know, look how smart I am. It was just like, huh, okay. The CGI, the grandioseness, like the scales of such things were pretty well done as well. I think this looks pretty cool. There was some attention to detail as well that was pretty well done. There was something that happens in space, some shenanigans where it could have easily just gone, you know, like a Star Trek route, just like classical whatever, but like they actually were like, maybe we can implement just the basic physics, even if they're not perfect, just like it's the thought that counts. And they did, and that was pretty cool. Galactus and the Silver Surfer were okay. I would say nothing too grand, but they were okay. But other than that, I gotta be honest, I think this film is pretty mid. The pacing is really off. So it's so fast sometimes, and sometimes it's so slow, it's all over the place. Like the whole film genuinely takes a long time, time-wise. It's a long stretch of time, period. And it feels so like you have no sense of how time is progressing. Like sometimes things that happen in like a couple of hours, in fact, took like days, months, I don't know. I was just like, what? I was like, yeah, whatever. I was really disappointed with the fight scenes, to be honest. Like these four dudes, like, you got a guy that flies around on flames. You got a fucking Pat Rock. You got a rubber band. Their powers are so fun, right? They're goofy and like they could be so cool, but there weren't any cool fight scenes in the whole film. Straight up. Even the final battle, I was like, it didn't feel like a fight. It just felt like a cascade of events. It was just like things happening in an order. I really like that they showed how OP Sue is and how her power, you know, the price of it, the effects of it, such like that. It's pretty cool. I like that. They also, I mean, almost every power, everybody shows off like the limits of their power. That's pretty cool. But like, it's not used very awesome, I would say. I'm not that on the know with the MCU nowadays. I'm not following it that much, but like I like the fact that this film feels self-contained. Like I haven't seen, I don't even know what was the last Marvel movie I saw. Maybe Spider-Man, like the third one. That's it. As its own film, I'm kind of okay. I get it. The established world, it's fine. It's like a whole different Earth, so like that's cool. But at the same time, it's like there wasn't any oomph. You know what I mean? There wasn't any like great kind of like, you know what I mean? Something that make me feel extra, you know what I mean? This film, I would say, as it stands now, is successful in creating great foundation for the titular characters, a great vibe of the world, but I just feel that the story was kind of lacking. You know what I mean? It's like good gears, right? Good transmission, good engine, good suspension, but you build like a fucking box Jeep looking ass when you could have built like a goddamn Lamborghini. You know what I'm saying? It's like everything within the story is good. But the outside package is kind of meh. So like simply put, when it comes to either ticket, buy, stream or pass, I'm genuinely of the opinion to just like stream this. You know what I mean? It's like it's like it's very mid. It's not bad. It's not bad. It is very passable. it's just like, it's okay. This is on par with like a Cap 1. I feel like in a year's time, I will remember this film as much as I will remember Captain America now. Like a couple of scenes here and there. I like the characters in it, but like other than that, it's like meh. However, if Marvel decides to make these four the main faces moving forward of the MCU, that I'm on board. These I like. I want Reed to be like the new like Iron Man type, you know, everybody that's gonna rally up. I want him to be that. I want Johnny to be the womanizing kind of like hothead, right? I want Sue to be the loving, caring superhero that you can truly just be like, yeah, I love that. And I want Ben. I just want Ben to be the fucking heart of gold that he is. And like these four, if you keep them, and if you make Doom genuinely as smart as Reed here, but just like arrogant, you know what I mean? Just like with his follies, but like make him a good foil to them, you got a good winning combination, and I'm down for that. Thank you for watching. I hope you're doing well. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Share the videos around. Join the streams every day at 5 in the afternoon CEST time on YouTube, Kick and X. Other than that, I hope you're doing well. Please eat, please hydrate, please exercise. Thank you for watching, and thank you.